Welcome back to Courtroom Chronicles. Today, we're diving into a high-stakes hearing that's about to spiral out of control. Meet Mr. Hancock, a defendant facing 3 serious charges, from evading arrest to continuous violence against family. The tension in this courtroom is already off the charts. And as the judge uncovers Hancock's long list of priors, the atmosphere turns explosive. Will the defense's plea for leniency hold up, or is this about to backfire big time? Let's find out.
DCCR 1233, there's a new evading arrest or detention with previous convictions from August 5th of 2025 that has now been indicted. And Ms. Holmes has filed motions in the first 2 cases asking that I reduce Mr. Hancock's bonds, which are currently set at $100,000. It looks like there was a court date on July 22nd of 2025 that Mr. Hancock missed, and so that was when those bonds were increased.
On July 22nd?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then, so he missed court on that date. So there it was, before that, there was an AFRS that was filed by the bondsman to get off the bond. But when he didn't show up, the bond forfeiture overrides that. And so that was the bond forfeiture. And then also, since then, there was a request for an emergency protective order. Oh, that was just filed in the case. Okay, it looks like that was from back in the arrest on, where's the date? April 26th. Okay, so I'm also reviewing jail incident reports that I have received. Have you had an opportunity to review those? Yeah. Why don't you take a look at those, and then before you try to make arguments on behalf of your client who's making things very difficult for you, y'all can go review those, and then we'll come back and discuss
Judge,
the
I think
bond.
if you just let me review his criminal history, the decision will be very easy.
I've already know what I'm going to do, but I'd be glad for you to do that as well.
Yeah, he's habitual on this continuing violence against the family case. He has a total of, I believe, 10 prior felonies. And on these 2 evadings, the state jail and evadings with prior evading convictions, he has a total of 7 evadings. And the most recent one was picked up when he was arrested in August while he had warrants for these pending cases. His priors that are not evadings include firearms, drugs, and burglary.
Okay. Ms. Holmes?
He had only been off of parole about 2 months before the new offense date in April.
What is that? Let me look at something else that's new. I want to see what the bond is set at on the new case 25 DCCR 1233. Because honestly, based on everything I'm seeing, I'm not sure the bonds are satisfactory. We'll see. Ms. Holmes, any
So, Your Honor, I was provided some documentation. Apparently, Mr. Hancock did go to the hospital in July, which I believe at the time he did provide that documentation to the bondsman. I'm not sure if he was aware that an AFRS had been filed at that point. He is aware that he needs to behave in the jail.
Really? You're aware of that? How old are you?
I'm 36.
You're 36 years old, so you needed to come here today and have her tell you you need to behave in jail?
No,
This is ridiculous. These people are just going to work and trying to do their job. That's all. You know, I mean, that's what the rest of us do. We go to work, we do our job, we go home, we live our lives, and we don't have punks like you acting like this and treating us this way when we're at our job. The way you have spoken to The officers, the female, they disrespect you first. You think you earned their respect? You're in jail. You follow the rules. Their job's just to do their job. If it's time, you don't get to make decisions in jail. You don't get to decide when you turn the lights on and off. You don't get to decide when you go to bed or when you eat. It's not your decision anymore. That's what happens when you continue to violate the law.
Wow. This is the moment everything shifts. The judge isn't just mad, she's furious. When she says, "You've lost your right to make decisions," that's not hyperbole. That's the legal reality when someone repeatedly breaks the law. Hancock's attitude inside the jail, threatening officers, disrespecting staff, is destroying his own defense. Judges see this as a reflection of character, and it directly impacts bond decisions. And you can hear it in her voice. She's done giving chances. If you were the judge, would you have reacted the same way?
You've lost your right to make those decisions. So it's their decision to try to keep everybody in order out in the jail the best they can. And the way you have spoken to them and threatened them is actually a violation of the law, and you could end up with more cases for threatening a correctional officer. So just keep going, keep stacking it up. I'm sure a jury later will love to hear all of that. They'll love to hear it. You're looking at 25 to life on one of your cases. Keep it up. Let's see what happens. Because a jury will see all of this. And if you think I'm going to take some great deal that they're going to negotiate, or you think Mr. Nichols is going to give you some great deal, it's not happening. So you're old enough to know better. I'm going to deny the motions for a bond reduction in cause numbers 25 DCCR 0737 and 0738 based on several factors: your criminal history, the fact that you did miss court, the fact that your bondsman had already filed an AFRS, your jail incident reports. I am also going to find in cause number 25 DCCR 1233 that your bond is insufficient. And in that case, I'm going to raise your bond to $100,000. A condition of all of these bonds, if you make them, will be that you will be required to wear a GPS monitoring device, and you will be on house arrest. So if you make these 3 bonds, you will be on house arrest. You're not allowed to leave your house unless you have my permission. And you will be...
In the end, Judge Stevens lays it down hard. No bond reduction, stricter conditions, GPS monitoring, and total house arrest if released. For Hancock, this means every move from here on out is under the court's watchful eye. It's a powerful reminder. Your courtroom behavior matters just as much as your criminal record. This wasn't just a bond hearing, it was a wake-up call. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more real courtroom breakdowns and unbelievable legal showdowns. Until next time, stay sharp, stay aware, and we'll see you in the next hearing.